Hey guys, it's Cyrus, Uncle Minecraft, back with another Minecraft snapshot. These things have been coming out so fast I can't even keep up. We're talking about 18W09A and 18W10A. We're still talking about almost exclusively things added to the Aquatic update, or the update Aquatic. I'm thrilled to show you a few of these things, but first, I had a question this last week from Nate, who asked me what exactly a mine shaft was. And it's one of those things that you think you understand, but to explain it to somebody else, it's where you go mining, but that seems too simple, but it's really so much more. So Nate, this is for you. I'm going to show you a brief little look down into some sort of glitchy rain thing. Uh-oh. I didn't think this through, guys. Okay, let's get ourselves some night vision potion. There we go. I'm just gonna walk around a little bit here, so you can see I didn't dig this out. This is just what a mine shaft looks like. It's a 3 square by 3 square hole that's been dug into the ground. They're spread out all throughout the world, but they're sort of hard to come by. You'll see they have these wooden bracings, kind of like people did dig down here and put wooden beams on top for support. You'll see there's also bits and pieces of, well, if I wasn't in creative, I'd be picking them up, railroad tracks that you can use and just collect. It really doesn't make sense to build tracks down here because it doesn't really lead to all that much. You can see a lot of dead ends, and they all, whoa, excuse me, they all lead down different corridors, and some are a lot more complex and interesting than others. This one I thought was kind of plain, but then I went, oh, nope, that's another dead end. Then I went further down this way, and it's got all kinds of really neat little avenues to go down. Some, oh, hey, I didn't even know this was here. Look at this, guys. So occasionally you will find a mine cart with a chest inside that's a pretty good treasure. A name tag, beetroot seeds, and some powered rails. Just gonna leave that here for now, but yeah, and a mine cart, that's really cool. So there are a lot of benefits to exploring mine shafts, especially you see all the ore that's exposed. You'll see iron, coal, a little bit of gold here and there. Ooh. A little bit of gold here and there, and maybe some lapis lazuli. You probably won't find any diamonds. These typically don't go down that deep in underground. Whoa! I hear Zombo. Hey, buddy, you stay down there. Don't you growl at me. You stay down there. All right, hey. Don't mind me. I'm just escaping. All right, we'll go back to our safety. And Nate, if you have any other questions about mine shafts or anything else, as well as anybody else watching, love to answer them for you. Let me drink another potion of night vision just to make sure it's working good, and we will continue with the Aquatic update. Now, I wanted to first show you, I said before that they are going to have biomes that are cold, medium, and warm. Basically, they're going to have frozen, cold, normal, lukewarm, and warm, basically tropical. And that also extends to some of the rivers, and you'll see the rivers aren't just frozen over, they have little holes in them. And under the ice, you can see it still has a bit of underwater life and salmon, because they are cold water fish. So you will be able to find salmon in the cold water and frozen biomes, which is, I guess this would be considered frozen. Let's just fly over all this. And I think it's neat to just to follow this out a little ways and wait for my slow computer to start to catch up. Wow, this is really bad. Oh, this is really bad. Alright, it's slowly picking up. And you can see, once you get to the edge of the shore, it drops down much more steeply than it used to, if you've explored underwater biomes a lot in the past. Or you just remember what they look like. Yeah, it's pretty different. I like it a lot. And, well, okay, there it is. It's like, I have a teleporter here somewhere. Do-do-do-do. There's no button. Did I break the button? I broke the button, guys. I work so hard and I break a button. Or is it there? The button was invisible. That's strange. That's really strange. So there was a Coldwater biome, and this is just an exploration of, I think it's a lukewarm biome. But what I think is kind of cool is, I told you before that they're going to have sand for the warmer biomes and the gravel for the colder biomes. But it looks like in some of these intermediary areas, some of these in-between areas, they're going to have a nice combination. So you'll get the dirt, the sand, the gravel, and a little bit of clay as well. I think that looks fantastic. Gives you more variation, especially if you do a lot of exploring and you're building big cities and big kingdoms. For them to all have a unique look and feel is going to be pretty awesome. Go to our next. Oh, and this is something weird. They added a so what is it called? Cold beach. So they do have beaches that are covered in snow and ice. So it's still technically a beach because it's sandy. You think sand and desert, but no, beaches can be cold too. Boop. Where are we? Oh, this is neat. So the same thing, the way they adjusted terrain, because I remember if you've been playing Minecraft for a long time, they kept tweaking the programs, the math, basically on the way the game works to give land, you know, much more sweeping natural curvature, and they have done so much more underwater as well. I mean, you could just see that in the distance there, but also in these little, I don't know what you would call it, like a basin, like a water basin, and of course the computer is just bugging. Okay, yeah, there you go. See that? I think that's super neat. And you see where the sand goes down to a certain depth and then the gravel down to the bottom, and it does have life swimming around in it, so that's a great resource. Uh-oh. Hey guys, actually you might be of some help here in just a second, because I did want to, ooh, hey, I see a zombie villager over here too. Okay, so the newest weapon that they added was the trident, and you can see they've made it look a lot better than last time I showed you. It fits in the frame. Does it rotate? Yeah, it rotates. It still comes out the end of the if it rotates, but that looks way better than what they had before. And it does have the 4. Man, there's a lot of glitchiness tonight. There are 4 different enchants that they have just specifically for the trident. I don't know if these work for anybody else yet. I'm going to experiment with those and tell you if they work, say, on your diamond sword next time. The first spell is called Riptide. The second is Channeling, Loyalty, and Impaling. Now, Loyalty is sort of the obvious one that you throw it and it comes right back to you. The higher the loyalty level, 1, 2, or 3, the faster it'll come back to you. Impaling just means it does more damage to underwater type creatures. So there aren't that many right now. There are a few, but still it's kind of useful to have, and something you would definitely want to enchant on it. Riptide, I don't remember what Riptide does. Oh, Riptide allows you to throw your trident and go towards it. Like, so it's almost like it pulls you forward, and then channeling gives you an electric blast when you attack. So I have added. Ooh, did I get rid of it? Okay. Glad I have a spare. All right. So I do have one, and we're going to test it out by making me. Okay, squishy. I am now in survival setting, and I've got guys coming at me, so I can attack normal, or I can throw. Boom! Came right back to me. Okay, damage-wise, about as good as a diamond sword, maybe not quite as good as a diamond sword. Let's see how far I can throw it. Whoa! See that? So it looks like if it hits something, maybe it comes back a little faster. If you just throw it a long ways, it takes longer. And we'll jump in the water and watch as I throw over here. Pulls me forward. So it may not be the best way to move quickly underwater, but it does pull you forward towards your foe. Now they did add something else as well, and I didn't realize it. I thought that was something funny when I'm flying around or just trying to go underwater. And that is they did increase the speed at which you can swim underwater. And I believe you can also, like if you are running, you know, if you double tap forward, you can dive. I don't know if you see, I'm swimming much quicker. 1, 2, double tap, boom, boom, boom. So just making the exploration, oop, I ran out of air. I forgot, gotta stay on top of the air. Yeah, so underwater exploration is becoming a much bigger deal. They want you to maybe not necessarily be safe, but to not die quite so easily and have more of a reason to try to explore. Got my creative settings back, and let's follow our beacon to the next awesome thing. Here's where I'm starting to get really excited what there is to show you. This is stuff that I've been waiting for. You can see I've got the night vision, which allows you to see, oh, it's actually about to expire. Allows you to see into the water a lot better when you're above water. And you're still kind of dim when underwater, but it's got a nice glow effect. Look at this. Do you guys see this? They have added underwater ruins. They come in different shapes and sizes. They can generate alone or sort of look like they're in part of a village. Some of them are in much better condition than others. And you can see we've got some really interesting blocks. So this might be a place to make an underwater base, or maybe you want to use these blocks and build something else with them. They do have treasure. So look, they've already, oh, that's cool. They've got a book of channeling. There's supposed to be even more treasure to come, so it looks like they're going to add more things. I don't know if they're going to add more gemstones or something like that, but there is supposed to be some kind of additional, oops, get out of here. Some additional treasure options of some kind. I'm excited to see what that is. I'm going to just break down into here. Okay, and I'm wondering, do you see that? Why is there brick down here? That's crazy. I did not see this before, guys. So this is cool. It looks, what? All right, I cannot wait to do more exploring of things like this, because apparently they've got a lot more of these type buildings to come. So they're and they do have them split into 2 types. You've got the Coldwater type, which is going to be mostly the mossy stone, the cracked stone type blocks, and then do we have a few more? Yeah, you can see they've got little traps almost there. The bubble columns that will bring you down very quickly, and like they also have some wood down here too. What's in this one? Some gold, more coal. Pew. There's another one here. I'm just gonna break in the top. Look, oh, that was a useful prismarine lamp I could have kept. Alright, just kind of like before. So a little, yeah, just little ruins. So like underwater, almost Aztec. I don't know. Just some really cool. Oh, and there's some mossy cobblestone. Definitely worth exploring more in depth, you guys. If you find one, just make sure you've got some sort of underwater breathing, that you're very safe. But here we are in a warm underwater biome, and look, they've got more of the polished, I can't remember if it was diorite or andesite, and sandstone. And so you can see how some of these are just like scattered blocks, not even a full building, but they still look pretty darn cool. I'm going to show you the last two things, just still building up in what's got me very excited for decorations. They added the coral blocks. Now, they do not spawn naturally yet. They probably will in the next couple weeks, but we have them here to look at now. This is what the coral looks like. I don't know how you make the coral into coral blocks, but you can see we have pink, yellow, purple, red, and blue. And they're all a little different from each other. They're not the same design. They're not the same shape. You can see some of them are a little thinner. Some look more like they're sprouting. Some thicker, more like tubes. The blue, I think, is pretty gnarly looking. I think that's awesome. And then the blocks that go along with them. You can see the blue looks kind of like the blue, the red like the red, and so on. You'll notice there's a gray one as well. What happens is these blocks only exist underwater. So if you were to cut them with a pickaxe, you would still have them in your inventory. But the moment you try to place it out of water, it dies. And you can't bring it back to life. It's gray and it's ruined. Now, this isn't too bad of a block. You could actually make... Excuse me, got hiccups. Let me throw a couple pieces here. That would actually make not too bad of a walkway, or maybe some walls. So it's still kind of useful. It just looks like all the color's been sucked out of it compared to the other ones that we have. So I'd be excited to see more. I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it if they added a couple more colors. And I'd like to see them have some sort of use, maybe in some crafting recipe, a brewing recipe. I don't know what. Maybe you could grind these down to get the color dyes, just like you have to with some other flowers. That'd be pretty neat. But we have yet to see what that's going to be. And here's the last thing. My most eagle-eyed viewers, if you've been paying attention in the background this whole time, there's new fish. They've been everywhere. And I've purposefully stayed away from them because I haven't really gotten too close to them. Oh, look at those. You see, they stay in schools. Some of them that are different species even stay in schools together. So the underwater biomes feel like they have so much more life than ever before. Let's see what we've got here. Look at these guys. Now, if you attack them, then they turn into clownfish. And it's just like a regular fish. But you can scoop them up in a bucket. And when you keep them in the bucket, they will retain their look, because there's still only technically four fish types, and the cod, salmon, pufferfish, and now tropical fish is what they're being called. Where do those schools go? All right, now here's the catch, guys. Here's what makes it so exciting. They're all going to be different. You see, there's some similar design elements. Some are blockier, some are smaller. I saw some earlier that are just super, super tiny. That's what caught my eye. And that's because they're sort of randomly generated to what they're going to look like. So you'll have some that look more like clownfish, certain color designs. But let me get my tropical fish egg. I'm just going to start spawning. Whoa! Pinks and yellows. Look at those little guys. Different fins. Some are striped, some are mottled, some look spotted. Whoa, that's cool. And some of these look, yeah, some of these are similar, but some of these are very different than each other. That little tiny one there. Okay, wow, let's just go crazy. Okay, look at them all go. There are 3,072 different combinations. So once you catch some fish that you really love the color of, and if you put it in your own aquarium at home, you're gonna have a very unique type of fish. And look, they're all schooling together. They go to the surface, they dive down, they kind of hang together. Looks like groupings of 2, 4, 6, 8, maybe 10 at most. I don't know, maybe there's a larger swarm. Maybe we can get a fish swarm going on. Alright, so that's going to be it. I'm super excited to have shared this with you guys. If you have any questions, you know how to get in touch with me. And if this is your first time watching, thank you. You know how to comment, subscribe, and leave a like. That definitely helps out the channel. I'll continue watching out for Snapshots. I've got some neat little builds to show you how to decorate your home that I'll be showing you here in the next couple weeks. Until next time, I'm Cyrus, Uncle Minecraft. Keep building, keep crafting, keep exploring, because this stuff's cool.
Hey, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and to see more from us, check out our website at thefoundrycast.com, and you can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for watching.